Crossing Jordan took viewers into the cold, clinical world of forensics, where each case was a race against death. But tragedy isn't confined to the past. In real life, some of our favorite faces have gone through circumstances both familiar and compelling. Their life stories are, at times, more tragic than anything written. We remember and honor them. Let's find out. Carl Reiner as Harry Macy. Carl Reiner was born on March 20, 1922 in New York, USA. In 2002, at the age of 80, he appeared in Crossing Jordan as Harry Macy, the brother of forensic Dr. Garrett Macy, for just one episode. However, he left an impression with his great acting and charm as a comedy legend. It was just a small moment in a 7-decade career that has graced Broadway, television, film, and literature. In addition to the light, Reiner also faced a great loss. In 2008, his wife Estelle, his companion of nearly 65 years, passed away. She was not only his inspiration but also his companion, accompanying him on every creative journey. The aftermath of her death sent him into a long-lasting depression. His house felt empty, and even the simplest routines lost their meaning. He tried to survive by turning to writing, taking on creative projects, and especially connecting with his audience through social media, where he shared memories, stories from the past, and reflections on life. In recent years, Reiner has remained fit and agile. He never gave up, maintaining a nightly routine of chatting with his friend Mel Brooks, watching old movies and commenting on current events. Even in his old age, he continues to provide readers with insights into new books and his role as a historian of American entertainment through humorous tweets. His passion for creativity not only helped him cope with the loss, but also helped him connect with generations of fans. On June 29, 2020, Carl Reiner passed away at his home in Beverly Hills at the age of 98 of natural causes. He passed away after a happy night with Mel Brooks, ending a career that spanned more than 70 years. At the time of his death, his net worth was estimated at $70 million, earned from his work as an actor, screenwriter, director, producer, and author of more than 20 books, along with his trademark projects such as The Dick Van Dyke Show, the Ocean's 11 series, and his iconic collaborations with Mel Brooks. Carl Reiner, a master of comedy and a confident, thoughtful man, lives on in the memories of audiences everywhere. Miguel Ferrer as Dr. Garrett Macy. Miguel Jose Ferrer was born on February 7, 1955 in Santa Monica, California. In 2001, at the age of 46, he took on the role of forensic Dr. Garrett Macy on Crossing Jordan, appearing in all 117 episodes. With his calm, sophisticated appearance, deep voice, and commanding demeanor, Ferrer transformed Macy into a man who was always at the center of intense investigations. The role not only established him as the central character of the series, but also marked a milestone in his illustrious career. Born into an artistic family, the son of legendary actor Jose Ferrer and singer Rosemary Clooney, and the older brother of George Clooney, Miguel grew up in the glare of Hollywood expectations. The pressure to live up to his family's reputation, combined with the complexities of the entertainment industry, pushed him into years of rebellion, filled with alcohol, drugs, and cigarettes. These habits not only affected his health, but also his personal life. Even after marrying film producer Laurie Weintraub and becoming a father of 2, the tension between his responsibilities and personal obsessions still made his life stressful. Even as his health declined, Ferrer worked slowly. On NCIS Los Angeles, he brought in assistant director Owen Granger, a strong and formidable character, even as throat cancer began to sap his voice and strength. His team brought love and sadness from fans who watched him struggle both on screen and off. On January 19, 2017, Miguel Ferrer died at his home in Santa Monica at the age of 61 after a long battle with throat cancer, a disease believed to have been caused by his long-term smoking habit. His death prompted NCIS Los Angeles to write a story to mourn the loss of his character, Owen Granger. At the time of his death, Ferrer was worth an estimated $4 million from dozens of film, television, and speaking engagements. Jack Klugman as Dr. Leo Gelber. Jack Klugman was born on April 27, 1922 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, USA. In 2002, at the age of 80, he appeared in Crossing Jordan as Dr. Leo Gelber, a doctor who appeared in only one episode, bringing the calm and poetic demeanor of a veteran actor. Though brief, his role conveyed a warmth and authenticity that led to a career spanning more than 6 decades from Broadway to television and film. Klugman's life was marked by long battles with health. In 1974, he was diagnosed with throat cancer, and in 1989, he had to have his vocal cords removed. Her distinctive raspy voice has become a signature and symbol of her resilience. Even after losing her voice completely, Klugman persevered, returning to shows and television to prove that the ability to focus is not just about the power of her voice. In addition to her work, she has devoted her time and resources to charitable causes, especially healthcare, as a way to give back to the support she received throughout the project. Her personal life also brought great loss. Her husband of nearly 50 years, Brett Summers, separated in 1977, leaving her with 2 children and a long emotional vacation. In 1996, tragedy struck again when her son, Adam, died in a car accident, turning her into a bittersweet woman. After years of solitude, he found his life partner, Peggy Crosby, who supported him since the 1980s, and she officially became his wife in 2008, bringing him miracles. On December 24, 2012, Jack Klugman passed away at his home in Woodland Hills, Los Angeles, at the age of 90 from prostate cancer. His remains were placed at Westwood Memorial Park, the third resting place of many Hollywood legends. Over time, Klugman's net worth was estimated at $2 million. Largely due to the success of The Odd Couple and Quincy Simi, although a significant portion was donated. He is remembered as a determined artist who turned his most severe physical limitations into motivation to continue his dedication to his craft. Ken Howard was born on March 28, 1944 in El Centro, California, USA. In 2001, at the age of 57, he appeared in Crossing Jordan as Max Kavanaugh, the loving but strict father of Leah Jordan. Appearing in 36 episodes, with his tall stature and calm but sophisticated eyes, Howard created a complex father figure with deep emotional layers, contributing to the profound touch of the film. Howard has been battling polycystic kidney disease, a condition he was diagnosed with when he was young. Although it progressed slowly, it took a serious toll on his health, and he eventually underwent a kidney transplant in 2000, with the donor being a close family friend. Recovery from the surgery is far from complete, and Howard continues to adhere to strict healthcare routines while balancing a busy work schedule. She continued to take roles and lead the actors' union, but the combination of her work and her physical limitations sometimes made her feel fearful. Her personal life was also troubled and painful. In 1973, she married actress Louise Sorrell, but their relationship ended after only 2 years due to lifestyle conflicts. In 1977, he married writer Margot Lederer, but after 4 years, their marriage fell apart under the pressure of his illness and his career. It was not until 1992 that Howard found unwavering support in Linda Fetters, a courageous donor who stood by him in all his work and during the difficult stages of his medical battle. Linda became not only his wife, but also his companion, helping him through his darkest moments. On March 23, 2016, 5 days before his 72nd birthday, Ken Howard died in Valencia, California from complications of heart and kidney disease. His passing sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry, as he was the only SAG-AFTRA president to die in his garden. At the time of his death, his net worth was estimated at $2 million, amassed through a career that included memorable roles in plays such as The White Shadow, 1776, and Grey Gardens, as well as his leadership role at the Actors Guild. Howard is remembered not only as a talented actor, but also as a man who devoted his life to art and the rights of his colleagues. James Caan as Ed DeLine. James Caan was born on March 26, 1940 in New York, USA. In 2004, at the age of 64, he appeared in Crossing Jordan as Ed DeLine, a character from the series Las Vegas in a special crossover episode, bringing his traditionally tough and domineering image. Though it was just a one-off role, Caan left a lasting impression with the energy of a star coming out of adaptations like The Godfather. On the Hollywood sands, Caan's life was full of ups and downs. He struggled with a severe cocaine addiction in the 1980s, leading to financial crisis, bankruptcy, and prolonged depression. His career stalled. His husband disappeared, and allegations of domestic violence reinforced the image of a cold man under pressure. Caan not only struggled with drug addiction, but also with broken relationships and costly legal battles, challenges that once again cost him both his career and his reputation. His love life was also turbulent, with 4 husbands ending in divorce. His first wife, DJ Mathis, died after 5 years. His second marriage to Sheila Marie Ryan, Elvis Presley's busty girlfriend, lasted only a year but produced son Scott Caan, who later became an actor. His next 2 husbands, Ingrid Hodgeck and Linda Stokes, also ended in bitter disagreements. Each divorce allowed them to find new jobs and roles to fill the void. But emotional turmoil and declining health meant that Caan's final years were filled with fatigue and pain. On June 6, 2022, James Caan died at the Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center in Los Angeles at the age of 82 from a heart attack related to coronary artery disease, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, and congestive heart failure. He was buried at Eden Memorial Park Cemetery, ending an acting career that spanned more than 6 decades. At the time of his death, Caan's net worth was estimated at $20 million, built on iconic roles in The Godfather, Misery, Goblin, and more. James Caan's legacy is both colorful and murky, a living testament to the price of fame and the endurance of a rare talent. Edward Herrmann is Captain Thomas Malden. Edward Herrmann was born on June 21, 1943 in Washington, D.C., United States. In 2003, at the age of 60, he appeared in Crossing Jordan as Captain Thomas Malden in a single episode, bringing his trademark warm baritone voice and subtle delivery. Although it was only a cameo, Herrmann's appearance was successful because of the fresh acting style he has shown over decades on stage, film, and television. In real life, Herrmann is known as a gentle intellectual, often cast as politicians, businessmen, or historical figures. She carried Franklin D. Roosevelt 3 times and became the famous voice of the History Channel in numerous documentaries. Her personal life was tumultuous. Her first husband, actress Lee Curran, divorced her in 1991, leaving her a gift before she found a new home with star Herrmann in 1992. Offstage, he was passionate about collecting and restoring vintage cars, an activity that helped him balance the pressures of work. In 2010, Herrmann was still active in business and singing until his health began to fail. He was diagnosed with brain cancer, a disease that progressed rapidly and severely affected his health. Upon his return, one of his final projects was to narrate a documentary series about cancer, a role he considered his ultimate achievement in spreading a message of resilience and awareness. On December 31, 2014, Edward Herrmann died in New York City at the age of 71. He was buried near his home in Sharon, Connecticut. At the time of his death, his net worth was estimated at $10 million, largely from his iconic role as Richard Gilmore on the television series Gilmore Girls, along with earnings from numerous film, television, and voiceover projects. He left behind the image of a learned yet approachable artist who is still cherished in the memories of his admirers. Ron Silver as Shelley Levine. Ron Silver was born on June 2, 1946 in Manhattan, New York. In 2007, at the age of 61, he appeared in Crossing Jordan as Shelley Levine in a single episode, exuding the confidence and sophistication of an award-winning actor. Though it was a single role, Silver performed it with the same depth and precision that has defined a challenging career on Broadway, television, and film. Silver has had film roles ranging from plays like Enemies, A Love Story, Reversal of Fortune, and Ally, to television roles on series like The West Wing. He has often portrayed powerful figures, cunning men, sophisticated politicians, and even real-life historical figures like Henry Kissinger and Robert Shapiro. Outside of his career, Silver was an activist. He founded the Creative Alliance to defend free speech and promote arts education. But his personal life was more nuanced. His marriage to Lynn Miller ended after more than 20 years, leaving him with 2 children. The turning point came in 2007 when Silver was diagnosed with esophageal cancer. A longtime smoker, he understood the severity of the disease. Despite aggressive treatment, he continued to pursue his creative pursuits, his focus, his narration of Philip Roth novels, and his appearance on the political radio show The Ron Silver Show. However, his health quickly declined, forcing him to scale back his projects and focus on his family and the social activities he cared about. On March 15, 2009, Ron Silver died in New York City at the age of 62 after a 2-year battle with esophageal cancer. He had been treated at Westchester Hills Seminary in Hastings-on-Hudson. At the time of his death, his net worth was estimated at $3 million, earned through work on stage, screen, and sound. Silver left a legacy as a versatile performer who was unafraid to take on challenging roles and fierce debates, cultivating a cultural life while remaining confident in his health. Richard Biggs as Dr. Russell Flynn. Richard Biggs was born on March 18, 1960 in Columbus, Ohio, USA. In 2004, at the age of 43, he appeared on the show Crossing Jordan as Dr. Russell Flynn for a single episode, bringing the serious tone and calm demeanor of a talented television actor. Though only a small role, Biggs's appearance was reminiscent of his emotional and enduring performances on Days of Our Lives and, most memorably, his role as Dr. Stephen Franklin on the sci-fi series Babylon 5. Biggs's life story is one of determination and dedication. At the age of 13, he was diagnosed with hearing loss in one ear and deafness in the other. Although this disability hindered his path to the arts, Biggs turned it into motivation, studying theater at the University of Southern California to earn a master's degree. After rising to fame, he became an active supporter of the founding of the Aliso Academy, a school for deaf children, out of a desire to provide better educational opportunities for children with similar achievements as himself. Offstage, Biggs enjoys a happy family life with his wife, Lori K. Giebers, whom he married in 1998, and their 2 sons, Richard James III and Hunter Lee. He continues to work regularly in television and theater, cherishing the time he spends with his family, a balance that helps him maintain a positive image among his colleagues and fans. Tragedy struck on May 22, 2004, when Biggs collapsed at his home in Los Angeles. He was rushed to Providence St. Joseph Medical Center, but died of complications from an aneurysm at the age of 44. His death left a deep impression on his friends, family, and fans. At the time of his death, Richard Biggs had a net worth of about $1 million, largely thanks to the success of Babylon 5 and other roles. He is remembered not only for his talent, but also for his love and spirit of overcoming adversity. Tyler Christopher as Officer Fisher. Tyler Christopher was born on November 11, 1972 in Joliet, Illinois, United States. In 2003, at the age of 31, he appeared in Division as Officer Fisher in a single episode, making a strong impression despite only being a guest star. However, audiences know him for his role as Nicholas Cassadine on General Hospital, a role that has kept him associated with American daytime television for many years, along with his role as Stephen DiMera on Days of Our Lives. Christopher's career seemed to be on the rise, but his personal life was tumultuous. He was married to Eva Longoria from 2002 to 2004 before tying the knot with his girlfriend Brianne Pettigo in 2008. Her husband had a son and a daughter together, but their marriage ended when Pettigo filed for divorce in 2019. After the split, Christopher fell into a depression, struggling with bipolar disorder and alcoholism, persistent pains that dominated his adult life. His physical and mental health declined significantly. He admitted to having died from alcoholism 3 times and suffered a traumatic brain injury after a delirium, requiring brain surgery to relieve the pressure. At one point, he lived at home in Hollywood, trying to get his life back on track. Despite the support of friends like Maurice Bernard, his trials and addictions did not completely relieve the pressure on him. On October 31, 2023, just 11 days before his 51st birthday, Tyler Christopher died at the age of 50 of asphyxiation due to acute alcoholism. His passion closed a chapter in a life that had seen many career highs and lows as well as deep personal tragedies. At the time of his death, his net worth was estimated at $3 million, largely from his General Hospital estate and other television projects. Ken Kercheval as Claude Manning. Ken Kercheval was born on June 15, 1935 in Wolcottville, Indiana, USA. In 2002, at the age of 67, he appeared in Crossing Jordan as Claude Manning, a one-episode guest appearance that still exuded the calm, understated, and refined performance of a seasoned television veteran. It was a small highlight in a decades-long career that included his role as Cliff Barnes in Dallas, J.R. Ewing's tough rival. Offstage, Kercheval faced a tough health battle. A chronic sufferer of exhaustion for years, he began exhausting himself in 1994 to fight off cancer. Overcoming exhaustion was not easy, and the effects of the disease continued to plague him, gradually weakening and damaging his health. The demands of his career, the constant changes in projects, and his complex personality were frustrating. But he decided to continue appearing before audiences, maintaining his image as a dedicated and hard-working actor. His personal life was also tumultuous, with 3 marriages and divorces, leaving him with 5 children and an emotional burden that was difficult to overcome. Nevertheless, Kercheval remained close to his family, especially his parents, and often returned to Clinton, Indiana, where he grew up, to attend local festivals and activities. In recent years, he has chosen a quiet life with friends instead of the hustle and bustle of Hollywood. On April 21, 2019, Ken Kercheval died at the age of 83 due to complications from neuritis, closing a chapter in a career that spanned half a century. At the time of his death, his net worth was estimated at $3 million, largely due to the huge success of Dallas and other television roles. He was buried at Pisgah Cemetery in Vermilion County with a simple memorial, leaving fans with memories of a real-life Cliff Barnes and a resilient Ken Kercheval. Paul Winfield as Dr. Philip Sanders. Paul Winfield was born on May 22, 1939, in Los Angeles, California, USA. In 2002, at the age of 63, he appeared in the film Crossing Jordan as Dr. Philip Sanders, a brief cameo that still exuded the dignity, intelligence, and stage presence of an Oscar-nominated actor. The role was just a small milestone in Winfield's illustrious career, which included roles in Sounder, King, and many other classic and serious science fiction films. After his success, Winfield faced the realities of the times. As a gay black actor in an era of deep-seated prejudice in Hollywood, he had to prove both his current prowess and his cool in the face of discrimination. Despite keeping his personal life private for many years, Winfield remained true to himself, maintaining a 30-year relationship with architect Charles Gillen until Gillen's death from breast cancer in 2002. The loss left a huge void in Winfield's life, making his final years more solid. At the same time, his health was failing due to diabetes. He was hospitalized several times for complications, but he continued to work, appearing in films, doing voiceovers for animated series, and narrating City Confidential. His trademark deep voice kept him in the public eye, even when his health prevented him from taking on more challenging roles. On March 7, 2004, Winfield died in Los Angeles of a heart attack related to complications from diabetes at the age of 64. He was buried at Forest Lawn Memorial Park near Charles Gillen Jr., closing the life of a talented and resilient artist. At the time of his death, Winfield's net worth was estimated at $3 million, primarily from film roles, most notably in Sounder, as well as work in television, theater, and production design.